And Chris Ockley here at the 2015 NCAA Division I Track and Field Championships. And about 7 hours after Deanna Price wins the hammer throw, and the Moscow Mills, Missouri native and Troy grad, and a redshirt junior at Southern Illinois. And tell me what it feels like to be a national champion.
It's very surreal. I really don't think it's sunk in yet. I know whenever I threw that last throw, I think I was more astonished about the mark. And I was sitting there, I was like, wait, I'm a national champion. Like, what? Me? Like someone who always comes in like second place.
Yeah.
I've always been like right there, getting close. And it's so hard, and I put in so much time and effort,
Sure.
and I finally got it. I'm just like, yes, I'm here, I'm there. I'm finally able to put it together, and I threw 71.49. I didn't even know it was that far. I was sitting there, I was like, oh, that's like 69, okay, whatever. And I came up 71.49. I was like, woo! Jump up in the air.
Right.
Excitement.
Well, your best NCAA finish was just indoors with the third place in the weight throw. And what was the plan or goal? I think you were the third seed after regionals or prelims coming in. What was the thinking and goal?
Well, a lot of people actually, the actual rankings ranked me 5th.
Okay,
They said that
sure.
I was going to throw 5th at nationals, and I like that. I like being the dark horse. I was like, okay, that's fine. The target's not on my back. I get to be a little bit more relaxed, and people really didn't see me coming. Like, I know a few people were like, well, Deanna, like, I know you,
Yeah.
but it was really, it was very crazy. And, it takes a little bit of pressure off not being coming in number 1.
Yeah.
And, I'm going to have to start practicing more and more so I can be ready and prepared for if I am ranked. So then, I can go after my own personal mark, or like going after, higher A standard.
Yeah. Well, in the prelims, you threw 220.10, I think, or an inch up on one of the girls. So you were the leader as you went into the finals, the last 3 throws, and then what? Even improved on your 5th throw, I think.
Yeah. Well, my 5th throw was only 66. It was my
4th throw, then first in the preliminaries.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're right. It was the 5th throw.
Okay.
The 5th throw was the farthest. Second farthest. I'm sorry. It's late.
Yeah.
But in the first 3 in the prelims, the ball was going so fast that I didn't even know what to do with it. On my 3rd and 4th turn, it would go so fast past me that I would just lose my balance, and I just toss it up, and it went 67.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. I'm only an inch farther than
Second best. Yeah.
second best right now, and I was like, crap. And so I was sitting there, and I talked to Coach. I was like, Coach, I don't feel 3-4. I don't feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, put the ball back farther on your lines. Just really lock it in back. And whenever he told me that, the first one was 66, but it was real slow. I was like really trying to get kind of acclimated to
Sure.
putting it that far back. I've never done that. And then the second one in finals was 68 meters, and I was kind of started picking up a little bit more speed and getting more
Right.
comfortable with it. And then finally, the very last one, I was like, that's it. I'm tired of this. I'm going to throw farther, and I'm going to make sure I do. And I got in there, and right when I hit it and I locked in off entry, I just knew. I was like, this is going to be a good one. And honestly, like, I got there and I threw it, and it went, I thought it was like 69 meters.
Yeah.
I was like 70 maybe, and it came up 71. 49, and I just started crying.
Right, 234 or something.
Yeah.
And when you let it go, you let everybody else in the place knew that was a big one with the big scream
I was
there.
Screaming. It was more of the like relief that I won. Scream that it's over, it's done. I was like, that's it. This throw is everything I had, everything on the table that I just put out. There it is. Those are my cards.
Yeah.
I was like, that's it. I'm done.
Yeah.
And I was just looked at it. I was like, well.
Yeah.
I think it's going, but it was nice. There was a great crowd and
Sure,
a lot of
people
energy,
up,
and oh man, you could feel people's nerves. And I mean, in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, I was shaking. I was sitting there, I was like, man, this is the 3rd largest meet, in the United States. I was like behind, USA's and then the Olympics.
Right.
So I'm sitting there, I'm like, ooh. I need to really step up my game. And
Sure.
man, it was hard, especially going against like Julie Radcliffe and Brooke Plager, and even Julie and Weir. Like it could have been any person's game. It
Right.
really could have. It's really who was ready that day, and luckily it was me.
Yeah.
that day, luckily. But honestly, they have such great talent, and
Yeah.
they're such great girls. I love them to death. I love Brooke, I love Jillian, and I love, my Weir. I love her.
Yeah.
And they're just fantastic athletes.
Did you think that when you got your injury a year and a half ago, did you think that you'd ever be able to come back and get to this level?
Not this year.
Yeah.
I was sitting there, and I know it was November I came back. Just like messing around with the weight a little bit. I was throwing about 61 feet. And Coach came up to me and he goes, "Hey, guess what?" And at this time I've dropped like 30 pounds of just muscle.
Yeah.
And so I'm just sitting there, I'm like, I'm smaller, whatever, it's fine, I got outdoors to worry about, I got time. And he goes, "You're going to throw indoors." I'm like, "No, you're joking, right? You're joking." And he's like, "Nope, you're going to throw indoors." And he's like, "You got 4 weeks to get ready."
Yeah.
So I put on like 30, 40 pounds of anything I could get,
Sure.
eating anything down, and just so I could counteract that 20-pound weight and even the heavier balls that we do at practice.
Sure.
Because every throw counts at that moment. And finally, when I was able to throw, 72 at the meet at NCAAs, I was like, yes,
Right,
that was great.
right.
And then whenever we hit outdoors, I was like, okay, time to start trimming down, time to start get stronger. If I get stronger and lose a little bit of weight, I was like, my ratio goes up.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can do this. I can. And it was, a little bit of confidence each week. I was getting really tired, though, throwing 67 every weekend. I was like, 67, 67, 67. I was like, man, I really want to hit 70 this year.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
finally got it.
you were sure excited and giving everybody hugs. What was that like, celebrating with the parents and
It
coaches?
was great. My mom and dad and grandma and grandpa came down.
Right.
Oh, God. I love my mom.
Yeah.
And it was so fantastic. I wish my boyfriend JC could have made it.
Sure.
But, that's not really in the funds.
Yeah.
But my parents were there, and whenever I hit it, I was like, I just want to hug my mom.
Yeah.
She's my biggest fan, and she's really, I love my mom so much, and she's just a huge supporter of like track. She's like, "So what's this?" She'll ask me what my balls were at practice, and how far is that? How much less is that than that? Is that a good ball, Mark? And I'm like, so she's starting to catch on and actually understand, if I throw the 5K this far, if I throw the 4K this far, and 3K, and so on and so on. And it's good.
And what, obviously, one of the best meet record, one of the top in collegiate history, and even one of the top in U.S. history. How does that make you feel?
Makes me feel fantastic. I'm really excited about it, and it makes me really want to go after more. Like, I told Coach John, I was like, I want to practice. I want to keep going, I don't feel like 71's enough.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to be up with like the Germans,
Sure.
Like one of my big idols is Kathleen Klaus.
Okay.
And I love her to death because she's small and just so fast and compact power that it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And she hits it and it goes like 75, 76
Right.
meters, and I'm like, I want to do that,
Yeah. Yeah.
And, for me, I'm like, okay, I'm at 71. Time for me to get better. Time for me to get farther. Time for me to get stronger.
Right.
And with Coach John and Coach Connie's help, I'll be there in no time.
And who else? The coach that you got initially started with, and what's his name again?
Gary Cooper.
Gary Cooper.
Gary
And aren't you just glad that you didn't decide to play softball?
I'm very glad I didn't play softball. I was gonna walk on like my 5th year, but I'm really happy I didn't.
Yeah.
And I'm really thankful for Gary Cooper his daughter Erin introduced me to her dad, and he was like, just try this out a couple times, and I threw it. I think it went like 84 feet.
Yeah.
I didn't like hammer very much. I didn't. And I really wanted to focus on shot and disc because that's what you did in high school.
Right.
And I think it'd be really awesome if they would actually be able to do that in high school meets and have that ability. Even though, you gotta have it really protective because it's really dangerous.
It is, yeah. So how close was that decision between track and field and softball?
Close.
Really? Where were you looking to go?
So long ago. There was Lindenwood. I didn't get a full ride to Mizzou, but I was definitely thinking about Mizzou.
Okay.
And, there's so many different schools, and there's so many different opportunities and so many different chances. And But when I went to SIU, I just felt like there's a certain connection. And then when I went there, you know, they had a great, fantastic accounting program. I was like, that's great. And then I was like, they have a fantastic throwing program.
Sure.
That's fantastic. And then, you know, it's the best decision I've ever made. You know, I was able to meet, you know, all these unique people like Geneva, Gwen, Jessica Ramsey, and then now we have Raven Saunders, the #1 contender out of high school, and then she just had 2 national championships indoors and outdoors.
What was that like watching her today win that shot put title?
She scared the crap out of me. She was sitting there and she's like, she was in, I think it was 3rd place on her very last throw, and I'm yelling, I'm screaming, and the people in front of me are like covering their ears because I'm screaming so loud. But you know, I wanted her to know, like, go after it. This is your time. I was like, you're just a freshman. That doesn't mean that you get a little pass. I was like, you are strong. Like, this woman can bench like there's nobody's business.
Yeah.
I was like, she can squat. She's small. She's compact. I was like, go after it. I was like, you have nothing to lose. You have 4 more years. And let's tell you, if she gets all 8, I think she will. I think she'll get all 8 championships.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Well, congrats on the phenomenal performance, and lastly, what's it feel like to add to that Saluki tradition and be now one of the national shot champions?
I'm really happy. Oh, I'm so happy that I'm able to bring it home for Coach Connie, Coach Smith. They've done so much for me. They've supported me through everything, and you know, even though there's times, you know, with me and Coach Smith, sometimes we butt heads, you know, but you know, when you're around someone for so long, you're going to. But I'm glad I was able to do it for them.
Yeah.
And I couldn't be more happier to be a Saluki.
Yeah, yeah. Well, congrats, national champion, and then good luck in 2 weeks at USA's.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.